let's take the lines off and start our journey to Viitasaari. You can follow our journey more up to date through Facebook and Instagram. And if you love to donate some funds for building a next Finnish sailing channel, you can show your support through Buy Me a Coffee service. Any guesses how much do I need petrol for the trip to Viitasaari? It's about 50 or a couple nautical miles less.
It's 35 nautical miles.
It is what it is. Maybe 1 to 2 knots at the moment. I missed the opportunity when the rain clouds passed on top of Äänekoski. I should have gone right after them, but I didn't make it. Let's see how the trip starts. Typically, I want to raise my sails as soon as possible and motor little as possible. There was no traffic after the pier ended, so it was time to turn into the wind and raise the main. After the main is up, let's turn away from the wind to get it in my sail. Reason for motoring now was that I had no faith on my Jennifer further. It still needs some modification to work better. One problem is that I have a masthead rigging and the top swivel is very close to forestay. Because top swivel has no bearing, it spins halyard easily around the forestay and then it jams. Here you can see what happened. Juniker thing.
Here you can see that the halyard is twisted around the forestay.
So now the Genoa is up. Genoa and the mainsail is up and beam reaching. Some kind of squall front or front. Thunder front is coming behind us. Let's hope it brings some winds so we can ride on that. Heading to Matilanselkä. Plan is at this trip to visit Viitasaari, which we meant to do last year. Let's see how things are going. First hour went straight to abyss when playing with Juniker. I was planning to fly that because it's pretty calm, couple of meters or 3 meters at tops per second. So the Juniker weather it is just outside of Rekolahti, passing that green marker to Autioselkä. Let's see what happens next. There is that green marker which we have to avoid. Beam reaching. While waiting that front to come, let's eat some candy. It looks wet. Let's see. Hoping that it will bring some winds so we can fly today. Doing 2.1 knots at the moment. Now it's raining. No need for rain dance, but what about the wind dance? What kind of dance is that? I don't know. Maybe I should learn it and search for it at this evening in YouTube. Typical, when you get the sails down there, you can feel the breeze. Front is passing us on the right side. It's motor for a bit to get to the we can find some wind there. I can feel the breeze again. So it's time to hoist the sails. Just after we... Not just after. Let's do it right now. Yes, the sails are up. Ah, look, there's a rainbow. I don't know, does the camera pick it up? Genoa is lazy because the mainsail is blocking some wind. Another rain cloud. So no wind. It's time to motor again. Sure is nice. Even nicer on the other side. Wind in my hair again. Change of direction. Take a couple of minutes and think about what we can do. We hoist the sails again, just to see that weight to sail. That front has passed me. Circled around. Maybe it is bringing some wind. That is uppojen selkä. Upon selkä, I mean. Seems like there is wind. But I don't know. We are about 6.5 nautical miles from harbor, and it has took us many hours. Many hours. Here we are, just motoring. The wind that we are making, we are moving over, so there is not enough wind to sail, and there is a narrow passage number 2 ahead of us. I think there is about 15 or 16 Celsius right now. I don't have a meter for that, but thinking about that's what it is. Now let's go to that narrow passage. This we have made it by sail in one way. So here we are at that second narrow passage. There is a northern cardinal mark and southern cardinal mark ahead of us. So between those, first cardinal, North Cardinal. Watch out for sitting seagull. Oh, it's flying now. No need to be worried. Saying this motoring should end just now. There is still some miles to Matilan Selkä, which I planned to anchor. And there I will lower the mast today. So, and tomorrow I can drive straight through under the bridge of Matilanvirta. But let's see where I can park my vehicle. But then I am picking this, staying at the boat. Today I am by myself, so this is single-handed motoring today. But tomorrow should be a better day for sailing, and there I am at the upper parts of Keitele. Let's see if I can do some sailing at the end of this leg. Wait a couple of minutes and see. There is a Suomiainen which we visited last summer. And through there is a passageway to Matilan Selkä. Some nice cottage. Windex shows that the sailing is possible, but let's see what happens when I take the throttle down. Let's see what happens when there is no motor. Is there some wind? Blowing from Suomiainen. From westerly, like
Wind
it
is
should.
coming from the east, you idiot.
So this is Matilan Selkä. Almost at my anchorage. Just behind that tip of the island. Maybe I am lowering the mast tomorrow, because it's 11 p.m. so I think the eating and sleeping sounds good right now. I left at 6 p.m. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5 hours to here. That's the slowest that I've ever done. But playing with that Jennifer Curler wasted an hour or two of my time. I was planning to get here this evening, and I am here. So that's good thing. I think it would be better. Oh yeah, here we are at anchor. Finally, it's 19 past 11 p.m. and the mosquitoes are here. Now, it's 5 meters of water where I am. Pretty close to land. There is still daylight left, but not much. Soon it will be quite dark. Yes, some evening bread. Or should I say, night supper. But maybe tomorrow will wind be a little bit more favor to us, because today it certainly wasn't. But that was expected when I was checking the forecast. Let's see what tomorrow brings. There is not many places where you can be closer to nature than this. Even though I have a 12-volt system on my boat, but still.
That was my longest trip's first day. Sailed, moderate, moved 11 nautical miles. Way from Äänekoski to Viitasaari is 75 nautical miles there and back. Thank you for watching.